Hello everyone, I'm back again. If you were here last Wednesday night, I attempted to do some little miniature Christmas trees using garland and lights and coat hangers, and it was a disaster. So I'm back today and going to show you guys again how to do this the right way, because last time was a complete fail. So this time it's going to be right. Let me show you how sad the one I did the other night looks. I haven't redone it yet. Is this not pitiful? I took it all apart. I'm going to redo it. But instead of doing the same exact tree tonight, I was going to do one green because I'm doing two of them anyways. And I thought, well, this way you don't get confused when you're trying to look back and figure out which video is the right one to watch. You'll know it's the one with the green garland. So if you hear my husband talking loudly in the background, just ignore him. He's playing Xbox again and he doesn't know how to play quietly. Hi, Sarah. How are you? Hello, Dana. Oh, thank you. Love you too. Okay, let me get your video. I can kind of see the comments, but I could see them better probably if I brought them up on here. Not to mention they don't go away as quick, so I can still read them. Hi, Teresa. You're going to do a green one. Thank you guys for sending me your pictures of the ones you guys have done. I was so impressed how fast you guys were able to put that craft together after I did the video. I mean, like the very next day, somebody already had a couple of them done and sent me pictures. So again, this is a great idea for kids' bedrooms or a teacher gift or for somebody in a nursing home, because they're very small. They're only about 12 inches across at the base, and they're only as tall as a coat hanger. Okay, so the basics of what you're going to need. You're going to need 6 of these just metal cheap coat hangers, but they all have to be the same exact shape and size. So make sure they're all exact size. Hi, Sherry. Jessica, you're saving this video for later. Yes, if you want, you can share it to your page and that will keep it on your profile. That way it's easy to find, and you can go back and watch it. Jessica, the one you made at your Pinterest party died on you last year. Yeah, when you have to replace the lights, it's kind of like difficult because the lights are underneath everything. Now, the one I made Wednesday night, the lights were not under everything and it was completely wrong. Okay, so this is what our coat hangers are going to look like. You're going to put them, I've got 2 of them here. You're going to put them like this, and we're going to tape here and here where my fingers are, and then up at the top. I'm going to tape at the top first. And I figured out that the easiest way to do this is to pre-cut strips that are about 3 inches long, and I've got them all taped around my bar here, so I'll have to just grab one. So if you see me do that, that's why. I went ahead and taped all of those. And the quickest way to attach these is to kind of fold it up under and then tape it to itself like that. And then just start tightly wrapping it and stretching it. This electrical tape is great because it just stretches really nicely and you can get a nice tight fit. So just stretch and stretch and stretch, and then you've got that taped. Hi, Sherry. Hey, Lisa. Okay, I'm going to get another one, and I'm going to take this little spot right here, fold it over, tape it to itself, and then wrap nice and tight. This part's pretty easy. Okay, and then we're going to do this side. I'm trying to get this done before 9 o'clock. That way I can get the kiddos in the bed because their bedtime's 9. The 2-year-old's already in bed. All right, get it all wrapped up. There you go. So that's what we have. And I have 3 of these already done. The easiest thing to do is slip these. How do I share the video to look at later? There's a little button at the bottom. Tell me, people, is it at the bottom left-hand of your screen when you're watching the video? It should just say share, and you can click that and it'll share it to your page. Hi, Hazel. First time? You're from Florida. That's awesome. Okay, so just take 2 of these and kind of nestle them inside one another, and you're going to go ahead and do a piece of tape, and we'll do the other one in just a moment. This is kind of the hardest part, I feel like, is getting this. And I probably should have cut maybe a little bit of a longer strip of electrical tape, but since I'm doing another piece, it's probably not going to matter. Okay, I've got those 2 together, and then I'm going to put the 3rd one in, just kind of going through the middle, however you can fit it in there. It's going to look a little wonky until you start gluing everything on, and then it'll kind of start taking a better shape. So then take another piece of electrical tape, and just wrap it. And like, again, this piece you might want to cut more at like 6 inches because it's going to have to go farther around all of this. Hi, Amanda. Happy Sunday to you. Hello, Amanda. The other Amanda. You're jealous that I can do all of this right outside of Charlie's room. Your baby's such a light sleeper. Well, she's kind of used to my loud mouth and used to her loud brothers. And so, yeah, her bedroom's literally right there, that door. And sometimes she lays like down at the bottom of the floor and like looks under the door. And she was doing that earlier before I started the video. She could kind of tell Mama was fixing to do something. And I had to threaten her to get back in bed. Okay, so this is the form. This is what it's gonna look like. And let me not get excited, because the last time I did this, I got excited and started gluing all this stuff on. That is not the second step. The second step is take your lights. And the other thing I did wrong in the last video was I bought 100 strand lights. Do not do that. Buy the 50s, which I got LED because I wanted to be all, you know, high-tech and fancy and new. They're about $1.50 more for a 50 strand than the cheap ones are like $2 at Walmart. But these little 50 strand I think was like nearly $3. But I got, let's see, I got these for Charlie's tree. The white, see how they're the white lights with the white wire? That's for Charlie's tree. For this tree, I'm using the colored lights with the green wire. So just make sure you're getting the right thing. Kara, you said you just tuned in. Did you just make that out of wire hangers? Yes, it's 6 coat hangers, just wire hangers. They all have to be the exact same shape. And you're just, if you want, you can rewind it later and just see how to do it, because it's really hard to just explain. Okay, so I've got more electrical tape, cut it 3 inches each. I'm gonna find the part that plugs into the wall and find the first light. So here's the plug-in, here's the first light. Let me angle the camera down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm gonna start just at the base here with this first light, and I'm gonna point it up. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and take my electrical tape and tape it to itself right there. So it's just like a little flag hanging off of there. Put my light right up underneath it, wrap it around my light, and try to keep the light on the front side, and just tightly wrap that electrical tape around. This will keep your lights nice and secure. Can you see that very well? Really easy. Thank you, Ashley, for sharing. Ashley, these are easy. You can totally do this. I'm sure your kiddos would love one of these in each of their bedrooms. Okay, and we're gonna go this direction. So I'm judging the distance between this one and this one, and I can't take that one to this one, so I'm gonna just do this one. And then this one will just stick up through the garland. So let me start another piece of tape here. And then I'm skipping a light and gonna do this light here. Okay, another piece of tape. Hello, Sheila from North Carolina. Okay, so you can see there's a further distance. I'm just gonna pull it together just a little bit so that it's the same distance, because that kind of helps it hold a better tree shape, I guess. So get your next light, hold it on there, and wrap around. How many of you guys have already made one of these from my crappy video that I did last Wednesday night? Hi, Caitlin. Yeah, I'm almost to 100 viewers. That's awesome. You guys must be sharing this. Hi, Beverly from South Carolina. Yay, Sherry, that's awesome. Thank you. Hello, Sherry's sister-in-law, Mississippi girls. Southern sisters. Okay, I'm gonna wrap another piece of tape, and I'm just going around the base here. Can you see that? I'm gonna skip another light and put the next one right here.
1908?
My loud husband, he don't know how to play video games quietly. Okay. Let me skip to the next one. Hello, Sonia. Kelly, super cute, but you guarantee your lights would go out 5 minutes after you plugged it in. I did test these by plugging them in. That's probably a good point. You probably do need to test them before you put them on your tree. The ones that I've made have actually, like the one I made before this, Jessica, do you remember what year we made those? It was probably 2013, I think, because that was the year my husband was deployed and we were doing those Pinterest parties. Hang on, I'm having issues with this one. Let me re-tape it right here. It's like trying to slide around to the back of the tree. But yeah, if we did those in 2013, that little tree that I had was still working as of last year. So I got 3 years out of it, which is pretty good for a craft that only takes about 45 minutes to make it. Okay, let's do the next one. We're almost done with the bottom, and then we can move up a layer. This is like the most tedious part. That's probably why I skipped it last time on accident, because I was so excited to get the garland and the ornaments and all the pretty stuff on, because this is not the pretty part. It's like crafting ADD there. Okay, the next one. I'm not gonna go to the next one. I'm just gonna move up first, probably to right about there. You wrap it right here. And then the next light, this red one, I'm gonna show you guys something. Okay, so you see how I went from there on up to here? This light's gonna kind of be, it'll be almost like a row in between. I'm trying to remember if I usually go up and then down. I think you can do it either way, but it seems like it makes the tree more sturdy if you go around. So I'm trying to decide if that's what I need to do. I didn't really think about that part of it. I think I'm just gonna keep going around. So I'll just move up one and then go around. Lisa, one of your neighbors made one years ago and she passed away and you treasure it. Oh, that's such a sweet thing. That's such a good gift. Let me back this up a little bit now that we've moved up a little bit. I feel funny when you guys can't see me while I'm talking. Okay. That one's too far, so let's do this blue one right here. I'm trying to do this quickly so we can get to the fun part. Again, I'm just using black electrical tape and taping all these on. I'm probably going to do that red one because it's not quite close enough to do the yellow. This does not have to be perfect. It's going to be cute regardless of, you know, whether it's perfect looking on the underside or not, because once you get all that garland on, it'll look a lot better on the outside. But this is going to hold a lot better than hot gluing the lights, because the last time I did this, I started to hot glue the lights on, and then I realized that wasn't going to be sturdy enough. So the electrical tape is the way to go. I'm hoping that my boys aren't going to fight over which one gets to put this tree in their bedroom, because the other tree that we have is currently in storage. It's we need to get it out because we haven't decorated the house for Christmas yet. We like to wait until after Thanksgiving. But I wanted to go ahead and do this craft for you guys. That way you would have time to get your supplies and do it before Christmas. Okay, I'm moving up a little bit. I'm going to do the next strand of lights about 4 or 5 inches up. I'm having a hard time holding on to them. There we go. There's kind of 2 different ways you can do this. You can either go up and down each one with the lights, or you can go around and around. I don't really think there's a wrong way. I'm pretty sure my mom and I have done it both ways before when making these, and either way looks cute. So right now I'm just going around instead of up and down. Bluegrass Floral Finds. I am making a miniature Christmas tree using coat hangers and garland and lights and electrical tape. And it's really easy craft and pretty cheap too, because I'm sure you guys all have some of these wire hangers at home. If you're like me, I'm pretty sure, oh, I've run out of tape. I'm gonna have to cut some more. I have convinced myself that these little wire hangers just reproduce on their own, like they have babies and just reproduce in the closet, because I don't know how we have so many of these. Where's my scissors? Because it's ridiculous. Like every time I go to the closet, there's more of these. And I buy plastic hangers. I don't buy the wire ones. So I don't know. We don't really even do dry cleaning that very often, like maybe once a year, if that. So I don't understand where they're coming from. Okay, so if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just taping this electrical tape to my bar or my countertop, and I'm cutting about 3-inch strips to save myself time, so I'm not constantly finding where the tape started and finding the scissors and cutting and measuring. I'm just whipping out a bunch of these all at once. I probably did too many because we're nearly done with this tree, but I do have a whole nother tree over there to finish, so it'll be okay. Okay, moving right along. The next one's blue. And in case you missed it the first time, you need a 50 strand of lights. Only 50 lights on the wire, not 100. 100 would be way too many. It's just 50. And I don't think I mentioned it in tonight's video, but the video I did Wednesday night on this project that I messed up on, I had told you guys to buy the garland that is $3.58 at Walmart, the 15-foot garland. They have some that's only like 97 cents, but it's a lot thinner. This stuff is nice and thick, and there's plenty of it. So that's just a better quality stuff. You are paying more for it, but it's better quality. It's gonna look like a thicker tree when you're done. Lisa, these scissors are from the Dollar Tree. They're like Betty Crocker brand kitchen scissors, and I have like 3 pairs of them stashed in every drawer in the kitchen almost. I think I have like 2 over there in the silver drawer and then 1 over here in my little butcher's block, and we use them like 10 times a day. Those things are a lifesaver. Okay, I'm gonna move up, and I'm gonna do this next one a little closer together because I've still got quite a few lights here to use. I may have to end up going back down the tree to use up all of these lights. Hey Linda Gale, I didn't even see you. The Crafty Southern Belle. Hi Shauna, all the wire hangers come from the kids' assignment sale. Girl, you aren't kidding. That kids' assignment sale, every time I come home, I end up having them. I didn't even think about that. That's probably is where all my hangers came from. No joke. And that and the little clothespins that clothespin on the tags. I have a blue million of those in the junk drawer behind me. You have those scissors in your camper, Sherry. They're only $1 at Dollar Tree. Betty Crocker kitchen scissors. Whoop whoop. And because they're white, for some reason they're easier to find in the drawer. You know, because like all the other kitchen spoons and stuff are always black or brown. The white scissors make them so easy to find. Erin, how did you put the wire hangers together? Yes, you missed it. It's at the very beginning of the video, but don't worry. After the video is over, if you want, just share it to your page so you can go back and watch it later. And at the very beginning of the video, I show how to attach the hangers. It's super simple. But it's kind of hard to explain, so I can't really like tell you right now, or you'll be like, what? You keep, oh, that's a good idea, Shauna. I hadn't even thought of that. Putting the clothespins in the baby food jars. Mine are all just in like a little pocket of the junk drawer. We definitely don't run out of clothespins around here. Well, I said I cut too much electrical wire or electrical tape, but that's not going to be too much. It's I've definitely got plenty. I feel like I'm getting a little faster as I go. Maybe it's just because I'm caring less and less about how well I wrap this electrical tape. I'm just wrapping and I don't really care. I'm getting so close to the end. How many of you guys are planning on making one of these? Say me. I know some of you guys have already made some of these because you sent me pictures, and I love getting the pictures. You guys did a great job on some of these. This is a good project to do with your kids. Not this part of it, but like, you know, the end when you're putting the ornaments on. Maybe not with actually maybe it's not a good project to like do with your kids, but you do all the work and just let them kind of give their input. Because it is kind of difficult using the hot glue and whatnot to let your kids do all that. Cutting more electrical tape. I ran out. You can never have enough apparently, because the first time before the video started I cut like 26 strips. So I probably used well over 40 strips of electrical tape by the time this thing is done. I don't know how many more of these I need, but we're just going to keep going because we're so close to the end of this Christmas light wire. Mitzi, you wonder if the Girl Scout troop would like to do this. Yes, I bet they would, especially if you've got plenty of mamas to help out. This would, like I said in the last video, this makes a great teacher's gift because it's small enough to fit on their desk or in a corner of the classroom, and it's really small to store, so they don't have to like have a big place to store it throughout the rest of the year. It's also great for someone who's stuck in the hospital or a nursing home and just needs a small tree to decorate their room. And you could do it with any kind of theme. The one I was doing Wednesday night was kind of like a cupcake candy girly theme. This one's just gonna be traditional Christmas theme. Okay, I'm gonna do a couple lights right up here at the very, very top, because I've only got like, well, I got more than I thought I had, but I'm gonna put them up here at the top. I probably should have placed them just a little closer together down here at the bottom, because I've got just a handful too many. But I suppose I can bring them back down if I need to, I don't know. Let's see. What to do. Let me do one on this side. I bet you guys think I look weird with my hair straightened. I've always got it up in a ponytail or something. I hardly ever, or it's down and curly because of church, but I actually went to the trouble to straighten it today. Almost never do that. It's a rare occasion. Sarah, you're gonna get your grandkids to make them. That's a good idea. They would love doing that. My grandmother's actually the one who originally taught us how to make these. And she's passed away now, so it's kind of, it brings back fond memories doing stuff like this, because she was the one who taught us how to make these. Okay, I ended up bringing the rest of the lights back down this side just to get rid of them because it's just too much. I'm just going to place a couple of random ones here and there going around the base just to use them up, but it's going to look kind of crazy until we get the garland on, and then it's going to make sense. Like on the outside, you're not going to notice really if there's a few extra lights in a couple of places. Just a couple more pieces and then we're done. Then we can move on to the fun stuff. Okay. Let me put one right about there. I'm just gonna go ahead and secure that green wire there. Last light, people. Okay, ta-da. Okay, so this is where you plug it in. This is the like extension piece, which I'm just gonna tuck it up there because we don't really need it. And we've got lots of lights. You may plug it in, see what it looks like without the greenery. Woo, these LED lights are nice and bright. That's the other reason I got them, is because they're like a really nice, bright, crisp color. All right, so I've got my hot glue gun sitting here, plugged in, ready to go. And got my garland. Let me get that electrical tape off. Let me find the beginning of it. There we go. Okay, we're just gonna start. I don't guess this matters if we start at the bottom or the top. I'm thinking. I think I'm gonna start at the bottom though. The reason I'm gonna do that, and I'm just gonna pop a little bit of hot glue on the outside of this light to start it. And I'm gonna wrap this garland around it. So I popped a little bit of hot glue on that last light right there, and then I just wrapped the garland around it and held it in place till it dried. The reason I'm starting at the bottom is for this. Like I'm thinking if after a little while, if you start at the top, when you start to come down, if I run out of garland in the middle of some of these little posts, then I won't have a place to secure it. It's less likely that I'm gonna run out of garland on my way up. Well, it's not less likely, but it is less likely that I'll have a hard time finding a place to put it because the branches are closer together further up, if that makes sense. Thank you, June. Hi, Libby from South Dakota. Wow, you're far away. You're excited to do this project with your girls. Well, please send me a picture after you do. I would love to see what your tree looks like. I'm just putting a tiny bit of hot glue on the outside of each of these lights on the electrical tape part. And then I'm just touching the garland to it at the base and just continually going around. Okay, I have now met up with where I originally started. So I'm gonna pipe it actually on the wire this time. I'm gonna make sure my lights are showing. Yeah, my lights are gonna show right there. I wanna make sure and put the garland sort of above and behind the lights so that the lights still twinkle out. I need to remember too to keep my garland nice and close together. I have a tendency to spread it out as I go up because you want to keep moving up, but you don't want to move up so much that you've got holes in between your garland. You want it to have nice coverage. Thank you, June. I appreciate that. I think it's pretty. Okay, now right here we got a tangle of lights, so I'm kind of going around them and making sure that like right here I got a light that's kind of rogue and stuck in the middle, so I'm going to pull it toward the outside. That way it's poking out of the garland and not behind it. So kind of watch as you go around, and if you notice there's a light doing that, poke it on the outside because they kind of want to turn in, some of them do. Hard to see the glue. It's like I don't know how much I put on there. You guys must have got my notifications again tonight. If you want to get the notifications for when I go live, just shoot me a private message after the video's over. And by sending me a message, it automatically enrolls you in the little notification thing. And if at any time you want to stop getting notifications, I think you just reply with the word stop and it stops it. So it's really easy. But I try to always remember before I go live to send out that little notification to let you guys know, because Facebook used to notify everyone and now it's not really working so well. So I don't know. This is just sort of a manual way that I do it. I send out a little message and it'll kind of tell you what I'm going to be painting sometimes, not every time, or what I'm going to be working on. Like tonight, I think I said that I was going to be making little mini Christmas trees. That way you kind of know whether you want to tune in or not. And even in that way too, you don't miss a video. So like, even if you didn't get the notification till the next day, it would remind you the next day to go back and watch it so that you didn't miss it. Oh, I forgot. I do need to be pulling these lights to the outside again. Let me pull that out here. And there's another one right there. And this is not really one of those projects that, like, I told you guys that I ended up taking Charlie's apart over there because it turned out so bad on Wednesday night. So if you realize you messed something up, with the hot glue, you can kind of just pull it apart and redo it. Even though some of this tinsel is going to get ripped off, it doesn't damage it in such a way that you can't, you know, reuse it. So I'm totally going to reuse the pieces that I pulled off of there. But I also realized the lights I got were way too many lights. So that's another reason I ended up just taking it apart, is I needed to put the lights underneath the garland, and I had gotten the wrong size of lights. Obviously, I should have practiced this before I went live on Wednesday night. So Wednesday night was like a dress rehearsal. We just practiced. Linda, you used to make these all the time. Very nice for office. Yes, and nursing home patients. That's what I was telling them earlier. I think this is awesome, an awesome gift for someone in a nursing home. Can you imagine the smile it would bring to their face if they had like no decorations in their room and you brought them this cheerful little Christmas tree? I just think that would be just wonderful. Maybe that's a project I need to do with like some of the youth group at church or something. We need to make a few of these for some of the residents that we know. Obviously, we wouldn't be able to make them for all the residents, but we could make them for a few. see the lights right there. Where are they? Oh, it's a green light. That's why I couldn't see it. Let me make sure I've still got them all poking outward. Yes. Hi, Jenny. Yes, it is fun. It's a fun craft, and it's pretty easy. If you want, you can watch back from the beginning later and catch the beginning steps, because we're kind of moved on past all of that now.
All right.
I'm just piping that hot glue on there and moving on around, and I'm about to run out of garland, so I'm gonna have to get the second piece. So in case you're wondering, 15 feet of garland isn't quite enough. You actually need like 2 of those, and depends on how far apart you put your garland, but I usually end up cutting off a little bit left over that I didn't need. All right, so the second piece of garland. There we go. And I'm just gonna probably start exactly where I left off and just wrap a little bit more around that. And I need some more hot glue. There we go. Moving on. Hi, Cindy from Nancy, Kentucky. Hello, Debbie. Have I ever used solar lights? No, I haven't. Has anybody else ever used solar lights before that's watching? That's kind of cool. I haven't thought about that. That would be cute, like setting outside. Although the only thing about putting these outside is the wind would easily pick this up and carry it off. You would need to attach something heavy to the base of it because it's pretty lightweight. Or if you're like me and you have dogs, your dogs will eat it. Because my dogs eat everything that we put outside. It's ridiculous. We can't have anything nice. Ow. I just burnt myself. Sherry, you used to have the solar ones before. Lisa, you said, have you ever made the large ones with a tomato cage? No, I haven't, but I'm pretty sure it would be the exact same concept. You would just need more garland and longer strands of lights. And that's probably the case where you would want to do the solar lights if you're doing this outside, but you could make one for inside with the tomato cage. I just like this really small size for like the kids' bedrooms and whatnot. It's just like perfect. It's not too big, because if you're like me and your bedrooms are full of stuff, you don't have room for a big tick tree. After you plug it in, you'll want to pull some of your lights out from behind the garland, because some of these are going to get lost behind the garland, but you can kind of rearrange them a little bit. I'm having a hard time getting this glue to pipe down. It's like it's not pushing. Push on the stick. There we go. Getting pretty close to being done. Maybe it's because this glue stick hasn't been in here very long. It's like not hot yet or something. There we go. It's coming out much better. I just don't think it was pushed down good enough. You love the bee on my backsplash. Thank you. I used to sell, it's called Uppercase Living. It's a vinyl company. It's like a direct sales company. I used to sell that a long time ago. And so I've got that, I keep burning myself. I've got that stuff all over my house. On my walls and whatnot, and that bee I just got years ago and put that up there. Oh yeah, that's a good idea, Lisa, but you know what, around here we don't go camping when it's wintertime, or I don't, because we would have to stay in a tent. We don't have a camper, and so there's not even a thought about us being camping on Christmas. But this would be a great Christmas tree to take camping, you're right, or for any small space. If you're living in a camper even, some friends of mine, or some family members of mine right now, are living in a camper because they're building a house. So this would be the perfect size for their little camper. But I'm betting they're planning on being moved in by Christmas this year. Bluegrass Floral Finds, are you going to show us the tree lit up? Yes, absolutely. As soon as we get all this garland on there, I'm going to plug it in, and you'll see what it looks like twinkling through the garland. It's hard to do this one-handed. So I'm having to like push on the glue stick and pull the trigger at the same time because the glue is being contrary. the outside of the lights, the glue anyways, because it has a better place to land there. But so it's not always possible. In some places I'm having to put it on the wire, and it sticks to the wire okay, but it sticks to the lights even better. Almost done. There's just a wee bit of the tree showing here. I don't have a tree topper for this one yet. The one I did for my daughter's bedroom, I bought a really cute snowflake ornament to go on top, so I'm gonna have to find something to go on the top of this one. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of round it up into a ball and squish it down, and then get my scissors and cut off the excess. And there's a little spot that I still need to secure it. It's like flopping. Come on now. There we go. Okay, you ready to plug it in? My plug-in's kind of on the corner of my island here. Trying not to get the hot glue gun tangled up with it. And you probably will need an extension cord because, see, there's even lights shining in from behind here. So if you can kind of pull those out from behind the garland, they'll shine even better. You just have to go through and kind of expose them in a couple of places so that they have a chance to show. So I'll go back and probably do that more later. But I think it's gonna look really pretty at night. Hello, Susan. Isn't it cute? Okay, I'm gonna leave it plugged in so you guys can see it. And then let's go ahead and glue on some ornaments. I got this little container of ornaments for $3.48 at Walmart. There's 20 shatterproof Christmas ornaments in there, and they come in all different colors. It was full, but I took some pink ones out of it for my daughter's tree. So we're just gonna use what's left on this tree. And if it's not enough, I'll buy a few more and add them later. I'm just gonna pipe a little bit of hot glue on the back of the ornament and then just stick the ornament straight to the tinsel. If you want, you can actually use ornament hooks to do this, but you don't have to. I'm just gluing them on. And this tree really doesn't have a theme, but you can do a theme. The theme that I said I was doing for my daughter's tree was like cupcakes and popsicles and candy. It was kind of like, it kind of reminded me of Candyland, like the game. So, it is almost 9 o'clock. I'm gonna have to wrap this up quick. It's the boys' bedtime. Let me dump this out on a plate so they're easier to find because all the green ones are at the top. I'm having problems with my glue gun tonight, guys. Like, it is not, there we go. It's like the stick was stuck up in there and wouldn't slide down. These little blue ones are pretty. Go brush your teeth. It's almost bedtime.
Oh, I'm thirsty.
Well, get a drink of water in the bathroom. Go. No arguing with Mama. Right? I think it's time for a new glue gun. This one's really not working well. And I think I probably need to hold my ornaments just a half a second longer because that blue one almost tried to fall off the tree. It's like the... Oh, I remember what I was doing. Wednesday night, I was putting my finger in behind the garland and pushing on it. So maybe that's what I need to be doing. So, like, let me pull it around here. And then I'm going to stick my finger behind the garland and push on the back side of the ornament so it's got something solid to push against because it's kind of hard to push on that garland. You going to go lay down the law? Boys are getting rowdy. Daddy's going back there to make sure they calm down and get ready for bed. They just want to, isn't it? It's the same thing like when company is here. I'm going to have to unplug this so I can rotate it. Like when company is here, they want to act up and act like morons to show out for everybody. So when I do a video, they do the same thing. I think it's going to need more ornaments, don't you? Like I've only got just a handful more left. And for some reason, there's a ton of blue ornaments in this package. And I want more red and green. So I think I'm just going to have to buy some more and just fill it in. add more because I don't want that many blue ones. I've got 4 more blue ones and only 1 more green one. It did come with some pink, but like I said, I don't want pink on my son's Christmas trees, and he didn't either. Let's put the green one down here. This glue gun, y'all, is frustrating me. Sorry, I haven't been reading comments. I totally got distracted. Hello, Margaret. Yeah, oh, there went Dad, Sherry. Dad's gonna make him behave. And you know what? He always wears like boots. And so when they hear his boots go tromping down the hall, they already calm down. They're like, oh, here he comes. We gotta behave. Okay, I'm gonna add these last 2 blue ornaments, but I think it's gonna take more because it just doesn't look like it has enough. I like lots of ornaments. So I'm just gonna add these last couple ones, but I may go back, instead of just getting balls, like the little Christmas balls, I may pick out something cute and fun that's like another shape to add with the balls to give it personality. All right, let's plug it back in. Dun da da. Let me turn off the light so you can see it better. Twinkle, twinkle. Oh, my other light's still really bright. Hang on. Let me turn it the other way. Mercy, it's gonna fall over. There we go. All done. Thank you, Glenda. Don't forget to share this to your page so you can go back and find it later and make one for yourself. And please send me your pictures after you make one. Oh, Grinch and Cindy Lou Who. That would be a really cute theme to do one like a Grinch. And then you could do some sort of Grinchy looking Christmas topper. That would be so cute. Thank you guys for commenting and sharing the love with me tonight. Oh, thank you for all the little hearts and thumbs up. I appreciate it. I will see you guys again probably Wednesday night. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to come up with something. See you guys later. Bye.